The wife not only loved dating other men, she even had her daughter call her first love dad. At the most critical moment of Tony's career, she and her first love teamed up to frame him. Tony didn't realize until the moment he died that it was his wife and daughter who had stabbed him in the back. But in the next instant, he was reborn 40 minutes before the incident. In his previous life, he had been full of joy, bringing his wife and daughter to witness his moment of glory. But a sudden accident occurred, causing a major disaster, and his wife and her ex had already contacted the victims' families in advance. So a group of grieving people all pinned the blame on Tony. Tony questioned his friend about what was going on, but his friend coldly said he didn't need to handle everything for him. At that moment, the woman slapped Tony across the face and said it was all because Tony had been drinking. Even the daughter said the accident was Tony's fault. Tony was stunned by their words. Then the angry crowd rushed in to beat him, while the woman flirted with Tony's friend from the sidelines, even secretly holding his hand. When Tony looked over and saw them, he finally understood. His wife and best friend had betrayed him all along. But when Tony opened his eyes again, he found himself reborn 40 minutes before the explosion. This time Tony remembered everything and immediately ordered a thorough inspection of every area. Just then, the woman walked over and tried to touch him, but Tony blocked her hand. Tony knew he needed someone unconnected to the woman and his friend, so he turned to his subordinate. After a few minutes of conversation, the subordinate left to begin the inspection. At that moment, the daughter appeared and quickly told Tony she wasn't feeling well. The woman added she didn't know how to drive, but Tony remembered how in his past life, his daughter had joined forces with them, so he calmly stated he was the chief engineer and couldn't leave. Right then the friend showed up. Tony asked if his work was done. Seeing him wandering around, Tony immediately assigned him to take the daughter to the hospital. The friend picked her up and left, but they all started finding Tony's behavior suspicious. The friend quickly arranged for people to enter from Checkpoint 7. Meanwhile, the subordinate reached Checkpoint 7 but found no one there. Tony ordered her to search the nearby factory, but the people arranged by the friend were already on their way. Tony realized one person couldn't check everything in time, so he applied to delay the explosion. But the response he got was that he needed a reason to justify the delay, and the call was abruptly ended. After a full inspection with no findings, the subordinate walked outside and saw someone lying on the ground. She rushed over and woke the person up. Tony ordered everyone to prepare for detonation. Just then he received a call from the subordinate, saying they had found the person. But suddenly someone jumped out. Hearing the commotion on the other end, Tony urgently asked what was going on. Thankfully the subordinate responded and promised to explain everything once the situation was over. Then the friend walked over and said it was time to begin the explosion. But Tony hesitated, as everyone urged him to move forward. Tony, still worried it might turn out like last time, finally gritting his teeth, he pressed the button. Reports from each checkpoint came in confirming normal conditions, except the subordinates area where 300 were injured. Tony was shocked by the number. But just then, a large group of people burst into the room.